What's up, baby? You wanna eat? Huh? You wanna eat? Okay, come on. Move. Here. Here's a little fast feed today. Got some frozen chicken, drumsticks, beef liver, egg, carrots, and a little bullshit kibble. Hi, Meanie. Hey, good looking out, Meanie. Thank you, Mom. You're my number one YouTube fan. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mom. What's up, YouTube? Dollars World. How you doing, bro? How you guys doing, man? I hope you guys staying sucker free. Taking care of them dogs. Try to keep the dogs the best way you know how. And just being content with your dogs. Shut up. I'm just kicking it, getting my mind right. Just finished cleaning up my dog shit, kennels and all. Believe in your blood, man. Believe in your stock. Believe in your stock and stay sucker free at all times. You know, don't be quick to join another man's camp. You know, be that outsider. You know what I mean? Stay confident in what you're doing. Cause at the end of the day, what the next man has to say about your stock and what your stock proves itself to be could be two different things. And a lot of weak sucker type individuals would take you being confident as a form of being arrogant. You feel me? Being arrogant and being cocky is two different things. Some people need a pat on the back to make them feel that they're doing something right. But at the end of the day, fuck what the next man has to say about your stock. Especially when it's on a negative type of form. You feel me? I just do what I gotta do when it's pertaining to my dogs and not have kennel blindness. You feel me? Because kennel blindness is a motherfucker, you know? First things first, paperwork don't make the dog make the paperwork. All my dogs are UCA registered. They all have a registration number, all the above. But if my dogs were full of shit and if they weren't the type of caliber of dog, that paperwork wouldn't mean nothing. But my dogs make that paperwork. So that paperwork is valuable to the people that like dogs that are papered. You can have a UKC, AKC dog, and it ain't worthy. It ain't even worthy of that certificate. But people are paying an arm and a leg for it. If you want to ride on paperwork, that's fine. But don't judge the way you judge your dogs based on paperwork to the next man's camp. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to see no paperwork. I want to see work, if that make any sense. Because every dog that's papered up ain't worthy of being bred. You feel me? So, if you feel like you got some good shit, it shouldn't be based on what the next man says about your stock or what the next man labels your stock as. Let your dogs label their own Let your dogs, set that motherfucking tone. Fuck what the next man got. Fuck what the next man has to say about your dogs, man. Because at the end of the day, when the time comes to run it, they gonna shut it. They ain't gonna stand on what they say. They gonna lay on it. So a person that lays on what they gotta say, imagine when it comes to them dogs, man. The dogs is never gonna even compare to what they speak about. I enjoy this shit. I take pride in this shit. I remember my first letter, right? It speaks volumes of what the fuck I'm doing. When did you get your dogs? Mom, I got my dog. Well, my first dog I got maybe 5 years ago. And then from there, I just, I bought a dog from here, bought a dog from there. And I just, mixed some shit up and just made my dogs be the way they supposed to be. Because my dogs are a reflection on what I speak. And I just can't stand an individual that's willing to knock the next man's camp or the next man's stock based on paperwork. Oh, your dogs are registered under that kennel club. Oh, your dogs are trash. What the fuck? Prove that my dogs are trash. Prove it. Everybody gets on YouTube to show their dogs, whether how you interact with them, how you feed them, how you take care of them. Everybody's on YouTube doing the exact same shit. So why hate on the next man when you're doing the exact same thing? I know why. Because that person is being more successful, is being more productive than what you're doing. Everybody's on YouTube selling puppies. Everybody's on YouTube sharing content pertaining their dogs. So what makes you any greater than the next man? All that game bred shit, game dog shit. It sounds good, but prove what you say. If you got a game dog, prove that you got a game dog. And I'm not saying do some crash dummy shit and put yourself in a wreck to prove to a stranger. I'm not saying that. But when a person gets at you direct and then you turn around and post that shit up and make it publicly, the only one dry snitching is you. Because I didn't post that shit up on YouTube. You did. So all that dry snitching shit and all that shit that's just another way to try to escape reality. The reality is that you talk it, but you don't be about it. Be about it. Don't talk it. Let your dog speak for you. And if you ain't trying to do that, well then what the fuck are you bitching about? I take pride in my shit. Every last dog on my fucking yard is a reflection on what I speak about. My first litter. Well, first of all, when I even posted a picture of my first litter, some people didn't even know that was my first litter. They just thought that was a breeding that I was about to do with Bando and Aki. People are already trying to give me deposits. That speaks volumes. That shit speaks volumes. All I can say is, whatever I say, I can prove. Anybody that likes it, great. Anybody that loves it, great. Whoever dislikes it, perfect. My dogs is not for you to like. Anybody who could vibe with me and can relate when it comes to these dogs, they will appreciate me doing what I'm doing, taking care of my dogs, exercising my dogs, doing what the fuck I'm supposed to do with my dogs. But if you just a hater, a fucking sour individual, a lollipop, you're not gonna like it. The first thing you're gonna say, oh, I'm arrogant, I'm cocky. And I'm neither of that. I'm nothing Nothing about me is cocky. Nothing about me is arrogant. I'm just confident. And if you ain't confident, it's because your dogs ain't proof. Nothing for you to be confident about. Hey, OG. 9 out of 10, you older than me, Victor, but what's up? Hey, OG, I got a blue 130-pound Razor's Edge, but look like a massive, but shaped like a huge pit. Can I breed him to his daughter? She's off the second litter. You could do whatever you want to do, bro. As long as them dogs meet your standards, you go ahead and do so. You go ahead and do so. I'm 35, bro. Victor, I'm 35, so, you know, we in the same age bracket. Just do what you got to do, man. The dogs that you have on your yard, make the best out of it. And whatever you feel that is lacking, change it. If your dog is lacking size, get a dog that's a bigger dog than what you have. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. All this shit is getting way bent out of shape, you know? People's quick to drop videos, quick to call another man's dogs curs or show dogs and all the above. People are quick to drop them videos. But people are so hesitant to prove what they say. I don't really have a whole lot to say, but I do have a few things to say. Like my first litter. I sold every last puppy for like $350, $250. My first litter. My second litter, I sold for $1,000 each pup, not including shipping. My first litter, I was selling them for $350. I had all my, well, the last pup I had, they were like 5 months. The one that I was selling for $1,000, I had them within 3.5 weeks, no longer than a month. And every last one of my buyers have no regrets and making business with me. You know? So don't waste your time on that negativity bullshit. Because when you're growing and you're being productive, that's when you have hate. So don't never, ever doubt your stock based on what the next man has to say about it. Judge your stock based on work. On work. Show your kids interacting with your dogs. A lot of these people talking all this shit, but I have not seen a video of them walking their fucking dogs. I have not seen a video of them saying sit, and the fucking dog sits. So who are you to speak up on a motherfucker that's interacting with his dogs? His family's interacting with his dogs. Lay some fucking raw down in that dog bowl and let your kid put his hand in that dog bowl while that dog is eating. Let's see what happens. I have done that plenty of times. So trust in your dogs, trust in your blood, trust in your judgment, not the next man's judgment. Don't trust in a man. Do not trust and believe man. I'd rather trust and believe in my dogs, because my dogs is not going to show no lie. Either it has it or it doesn't. If the motherfucker doesn't have it, it better have something I'm looking for. Because if not, that motherfucker's not going to be on my yard. Some of these motherfuckers is talking down on the next man that they're breeding untested, unproven dogs, but turn around and do the exact same shit. So who's right and who's wrong? I think the person that's wrong is the person that believes in the next man and not their own stock. Oh, your dog shows ribs. You're starving your dogs. What the fuck? Greyhounds. Greyhounds is a perfect example. It shows ribs. That's a working fucking dog and it's a motherfucking athlete. So therefore, all your fur mommy comments, all this, all that, it just shows what they're all about. But when you be talking about game bred, game dog this, game bred this, but you don't show no motherfucking game. You show no game. You show nothing game. The only thing you got game is your motherfucking mouthpiece, and that ain't game. You just talking reckless. I appreciate everybody who subscribed to me, viewed me, whether it's thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it may be. It's all good. But I salute the ones who are really taking pride in these dogs, man. That's trying to make the best out of their dogs. You know what I mean? So therefore, the shit is serious. The shit is serious. If you don't think it's serious, well then you're exactly what I'm talking about. You're the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Quick to talk that rah-rah shit, but ain't quick to do nothing about it. That's what I gotta say. But what's up with you guys though? Zulu Nation, what's up, man? Keep on doing your thing. You know, you got a good family, you got a good girl, you know. You can't beat that, like my girl. See, something about, when it comes to these dogs, I feel like you gotta have a good support system. Everybody around you gotta be in cahoots with you when it comes to these dogs, man. Cause if you ain't got that solid foundation, you're building on shaky grounds. And when you build on shaky grounds, the shit it's 9 out of 10 is gonna collapse. So once you have a solid foundation, you could build and you could build and you could build. And the shit's gonna be solid. Because there's the people around you that's trying to do what they could do to make things best for you and your dream. I hope it makes sense, and if it doesn't, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? But that's just my thoughts on what I believe in. Yeah, man. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. This is a beautiful bitch right here. So, with it all said and done, just enjoy what you got going on, man. Like, real talk. You know, a lot of these people on here is like, they say that they're married, they say they have kids, but it's just it's mind-blowing how thirsty these men are for another stranger, let alone another man's attention. They're starving for it. They're starving. But that shit fazes me none. All I gotta do is just stay ready, get ready. And whenever I have the opportunity to show my dogs in that good light, I'm gonna do so. I'm gonna do so. So, with that said, if you got some good dogs and you need some help when it comes to getting your dogs papered up, I could do so. I could lead you in the right direction where you could get paperwork. But one thing I will say is this. Some people buy dogs and they want a dog that's bred correctly, that's healthy, but they do want paperwork. But if a person is just thriving on paperwork instead of work, attributes shown and proven, think twice about that. Because a lot of people get these dogs and don't see them as a family member, but they see it as a way of making money or a quick dollar. And you will never make a lot of money when it comes to breeding dogs. Not at no 1,000 or 1,500. You're not gonna make a lot of money. Once you get to 4,500, shit like that, then yes, you can say you're gonna profit off that litter. But when you breeding every few years, all you're doing is just recycling that money that you put into them dogs in between those years that they've been bred. But it's just like a Harley Davidson, man. It's just a project. You're a dog enthusiast, whether if you consider yourself a dog man, a dog owner, a pet lover, a mutt owner, whatever the fuck YouTube society wants to label you and your dogs as. As long as you come legit, genuine, and don't give a fuck what that rah-rah shit is pertaining or speaking about, and especially if it's speaking about you. Let them be able to prove it. Give them the opportunity to prove what they say. If they can't prove it once the opportunity presents itself, then fuck what that man has to say. Because he's fake as a $3 bill. Because when the time came to present itself and for you to make your opinion a proven fact, you tuck tail. You tuck tail, and it was a no call, no show. So who are you to speak up on anybody? You can't. You can't. You can't. And I'm in the beginning stages. I'm not even scratching the surface yet. But what I will say is that every last dog I have on my yard, I have documentation of, as in paperwork and working attributes. I feed my dogs correctly. I exercise my dogs correctly. I love them. They interact with my family. Those are the highlights that I look for when I'm purchasing a dog for somebody. Okay, Meanie, do your thing, Mom. And whoever don't know, Melody, that's my girl's niece. She's my biggest YouTube fan. And yeah, I'm impacting young lives. 15, 12-year-old, 9-year-old. My son is 12. No, I'm sorry, my son is 13. And he knows how to use a breaking stick. So the shit is deeper than YouTube for me. But what I will say is that I'm gonna get real Hollywood with it. Like my girl said, the only person that could limit you is yourself. Do what you gotta do. And that's the best support system you could ever have. Your girl motivating you to do this dog shit and do it correctly. That's right, Meanie. Good looking out. But if you love your dogs, man, as much as you love your dogs, you should stand behind them and let your dogs be dogs. If you ain't gonna do that, hush your pussy and don't you dare talk about a motherfucker that's willing to do it. But until then, raw feed's the best feed, sucker free's the movement. I don't give a damn if you got French bulldogs, bullies, pit bulls, bull terriers, any type of working dog, man. You know what's the whole point going back and forth with an individual when your dog is proving otherwise when they speaking hate or trying to downgrade your stock? Why would you need to justify what you got going on through your mouthpiece? So it doesn't make sense. There's hate in everything and anything you do that has to do with happiness. So if you're happy, expect hate. If you're not happy, 9 out of 10, you the motherfucker hating. You know what I mean? I'm playing catch up with no mustard. I'm playing catch up with no motherfucking mustard. So till then, you guys stay sucker free. Like I said, if you need help getting paperwork for your dogs, I will help you do so. You could DM me through my IG. It's Bandle for Life. Have a great day too, Mom. My IG is Bandle for Life. If you need help with anything, man, feeding, paperwork, get at me. Because when you learn, you grow. And I'm trying to grow every single day. So therefore, stay sucker free. Stop hating on the next man. Stop hating on the next man. If they're having success and they're being productive, it's not through their mouthpiece. It's what they have going on. The reason why you're hating on that man is because you see what they got going on and you're nowhere in comparisons to that man. So instead of you being a humble individual and give that man, give that woman or that man its props, you rather hate. Because there's hate, which is not even a female trait. Because there's females that give props. You just a bitch-made nigga that can't see another man happy and content with their own stock because you're not happy and content with your stock. So therefore, you try to ruffle feathers. But at the end of the day, the only salt and the only shade you're throwing on is yourself. Because nobody till then, I just have